Yo, how we doing? Don't know if this is gonna even get posted because obviously don't know if I'm getting the setup. But I've been patiently waiting for this. I think that we're gearing towards these highs here. We have a 30-minute imbalance. If I turn off these drawings right here, overlap with a 15 and a 5-minute low that we just created an SMT with. So now I do want to see us get some sort of reaction, and I'm going to take this inversion right here if we get it. I've been waiting for this, and I will go break even at these highs right here. So let's see if we get it. I've been on a losing streak, as you guys know, but really try to be patient today and wait for exactly what I want to see, which is this. This is exactly what I want to see. I don't mind if we manipulate again one more time, but this is a nice sweep, a nice reaction, so that's what I'm paying attention to coming into this trade. But yeah, I just want to start the video because thought that if I could get a nice trade, so yeah, turtle soup question mark. So I can get rid of the question mark now because we got it if this holds. So that was the idea behind this. Obviously, I started the video. I don't know if we're going to get it, but that's what I want to see. You see this 5-minute area. And on ES, if I pull that up real quick, ES did not get back down here, which is the 30-minute gap. So we're in a little bit of an SMT, a bullish SMT, these lows right here. And we have an SMT right here. So I'm seeing that on my screen right here on the right, but just thought I'd show the video. So yeah, I definitely want to see some sort of reaction. I wish that we could have had a 1-minute fair value gap created, but if we have to take it off the 15-second, that's fine too, because, you know, price is fractal. But I would have liked a different setup. So yeah, just wanted to make this video just in case we do get it. Then I'll post it. Obviously, we don't get a trade. I'm going to make a regular recap. But maybe it will help me hold the trade better if I talk through why I get in and what I'm looking for. So I think I'm going to take it with 2 micros because this stop loss would be like 12 points. So we could actually get in with 3, and that would still give us an opportunity to get back in. But do we really need to? I might get in with 3 if we get this set up, just because the risk is there, right? It's a really small stop loss. I can be really aggressive with the stop loss, like really tight. And then if it stops us out, we can look for re-entry. And if not, if there's no re-entry, we're just done for the day. So that's kind of my mindset right now. Maybe the break-even point could just be this high, but we'll cross that road when we get there and see if we get a setup. So right now, do we have anything else in any other situation we can inverse? Maybe what I could do is go in with 3, and then if we inverse the 5-minute before taking out this high, I can go in with a 4th contract, a 4th micro. Might be the game plan in my head that I really like the look of there. So yeah, man, just kind of waiting for things to go out. Right now, the feelings I feel is a little bit of nervousness, just because what if the trade doesn't play out? It's kind of going through my head. But that's, you know, not really how I need to think, right? I need to think about just, I waited for this. It's, again, I wish it was on a bigger time frame inversion, but this is what I was looking for a total soup at this low. We now have the SMT. And then we're going to get good risk, right? We're going to get a very good risk on this trade. SMT, right? So I can't be worried. If it stops us out, and we just wait for a re-entry or not. So here we go. We got to be ready. We get in there, 2 micros. I should have done more, but it's fine. I'll maybe throw in another one here. Yeah, let's throw in a 3rd one. We got the same entry. That's good. We have good risk. I'm going to keep my stop a little bit tighter. We did hit this high. I will go break even at this high, and I will take a profit at this high right here. Limit sell at this high. Or do we want to take one here? 10 points, no. We'll go break even at this high. And right now we want to see this fair value gap get respected and continue higher. So we'll give us a little bit more breathing room. I'll give it a $100 stop loss. And we'll kind of just let it play out, right? This is my hard part, is struggling with letting my trades play out, and just benefiting from them. So we're going to take a profit there, and we're going to take a profit. You know what? We'll take 2 off at this high. We'll take 1 off at. We'll figure out where the other one gets off at, but yeah. So far, I don't mind this trade. I want to see a little bit of reaction to go higher through here. What time is it? 11:21. So perfect timing. But I like this trade. This is exactly what I was looking for, and if we lose, we lose, right? We don't just jump into another setup right away. I think that's part of the reason for recording this, is so I don't just jump right into a trade right after I lose. If I lose, right, we just swept this high. We might come back down because price seems like it's just kind of chopping through here, but I would like to see us have a nice reaction here. If we close below this, then I guess I can close the trade. I do just want to see us put in a change in state delivery right here on the low time frames. This will be a nice confirmation right there. But nice, we just rebalanced to this fair value gap and we're starting to get a bullish reaction, so not a bad sign at all. And I've kind of taken enough losses the last few days that I'm just not really worried about the $92 loss. I'm ready to let my trade play out. I'm willing to see if I can, execute my edge and benefit from it. So that's the game plan, man. Can't be afraid to lose, right? Even if you're on a losing streak, I just have to do the right thing, which is what I did today, which is wait for the setup. Is this the setup? I don't know yet, right? It could work, it could not work. So that's just the risk you take, right? We have a nice stop loss. I might even put my stop loss at the low, but that's just a little bit more than I need to risk, I feel like. I feel like this is a fine stop loss at the turtle soup, which is this low. I just feel like we shouldn't revisit, and if we do, we can get another entry, so might as well have a tighter stop instead of giving up a little bit more, and we can just re-enter if we do come back down here. So again, I would like to see this change in state delivery get put in. We have 2 seconds here on the close. We didn't quite get there. And again, I'll go break even at this high, depending on what happens at that high. And yeah, we're looking for 50 points up here. So far this is really good. And I'll post this video regardless since we got the entry. This is kind of my video for today. Super excited for Realm Druid to play later. One thing I want to mention is that we did sweep this original idea for break even and we had a reaction. That's a little bit early to go break even, I think. I kind of do want to trail my stop a little bit now though, to have a 10-point stop, as I just don't really want to revisit, and if we do, we can find a re-entry. So yeah, definitely some things I'm feeling is just nerves because I've lost so much recently. I just really want the trade to play out. I'll actually just leave my stop here at this body low, and I'm fine with the risk, but I would just love to see one get through, right? I would just love to see a trade play out and succeed for me, right? It's been a tough week, and it's just nice because it just builds confidence when you win a lot more than when you lose. And I just have the feeling of closing the trade right now. I have that feeling, that urge to close the trade because, I don't really want to lose again. But I don't know if I will lose or not. So I don't need to worry about the what ifs. I just need to let it play out. And if we get another setup, we get another setup. And we have to execute off that. So, yeah, I don't like this reaction whatsoever. But, again, we have our stop in place. And that's fine. So we can see how this plays out. So we traded back down to the change in state delivery down here on the 1 minute. So I'll go ahead and mark that out. And then we have a fair value gap right here on the 1 minute as well, a little micro one, like really non-existent. But we do have that, so that's going to be what if we close below. That's where I'll maybe consider closing unless we get it right here. Kind of want to see a reaction off that. Let's see if we have a 2 minute. We have a 2 minute gap, I think. This 2 minute gap will kind of tell me if we really want to respect the bullish price action or not. And it looks like we're going to get stopped out. But again, we can maybe get a re-entry if we come back and resweep this low. I'm perfectly fine taking a re-entry. So that's my mindset going into this. That's my mindset now that we're in deep drawdown. And it could always play out, right? It could always play out in our favor, even though it looks bad, right? This looks scary, but this could still play out in our favor. So that's kind of what we have to remember. This would be our order block. If we can get a close above, that would be a very nice confirmation. And yeah, I'll definitely go break even at this high. Yeah, because that's a 5 minute gap, a 5 minute fair value gap bearish that we don't know how we'll react. So, and I think we have enough price action rebalancing in this area that if we do get back up there, it should be fine. So the 2 minute important close here on the 2 minute. I want to see it respect that fair value gap. ES is just slowly climbing. It's not really doing too much. Want to keep an eye on that and see if some more speed can come into ES. On both markets, really. We put in a bearish gap right here. I'm going to get rid of this thing. It's kind of in my way. We have a bearish gap now here that I want to see us violate ASAP. This candle will be nice, but now that's a fair value gap that we have to deal with. Do we have anything here? So we have this right here. This gap right here. And again, I want to see us close above this line right here. We couldn't get it on the 30-second, but again, the 1 minute's the one that matters on that one more than anything. So we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. So again, everything in my body is kind of sad right now because, just it's looking like it's going to lose, right? That's how it feels, but I don't know. I don't know the market's behavior. I don't know. I don't know, right? That's the part I struggle with in trading is I don't know the outcome of the trade, and sometimes it feels like it's going to go one way, and it makes you feel sad. And it's going to be annoying if I lose again today. It really will be. It'll be frustrating. It'll be disappointing. I'll be upset. Not because of how much we lose, but just because of it'll be 4 days in a row of taking loss if we don't get a re-entry and win. I mean, even if we do get a re-entry and win, it's not going to be as big of a day as it could be if this first trade plays out. So more than likely, might even just call it a day on this trade if it loses. But yeah, I'm just right now when it's drawing down, it's not really going in your favor. It doesn't look like it's going to go in your favor. It's definitely a frustrating experience. I'm going to leave my stop at that turtle soup low. And yeah, it's definitely frustrating. Maybe we could have left it with the 2 micros on the trade to really give us more leverage on a second entry potentially. But I think that the 3 is fine because if it played out, it would have played out really well. So maybe we did need to just leave this as our break-even point and get stopped at break-even. But it seemed a little bit rushed. It seemed a little bit forced. And again, I'm completely fine re-entering this position. And I would love to see this now get a nice reaction and hold this 30-second gap. Did close below there. I could close this position to see what we want to do. But at this point, I think I just let the risk play out, even though we closed the 2-minute. I think I should close it here and look for a re-entry. But I'm not 100% sure. I think I might just take the stop out here. However frustrating that could be, I think I'll just take the stop and then look for re-entry. I would hate to get out right here, not really get a great re-entry, and then take a loss and not really need to lose, and then not get a re-entry, right? That would be frustrating, even though it would be a smaller loss than if we lose $92. But at this point, I think I just have to let the chance play out. Because even if there's no ICT confluence that looks really great right now, the market can move without that, right? The ICT confluence is not the only things that move the market. So sometimes you don't have a reason for a bounce, and it could look like your stop's going to hit, and it doesn't. So that's going through my mind. Stopped out there, obviously. It was coming. But we accepted the risk, so we took our $92 loss. And I'll keep the video going to see if we can get a reaction. This looks like it's not going to give us a reaction that we want to see, but that is fine. Let's see kind of how everything handles here. This 15-minute close, let's see if we inverse to the downside or not. This is kind of be where I'm watching now on the 5-minute as well, to see if we can get a reaction here. If this is another turtle soup, and then we have another push up. That's what I'm looking for. I'll be looking for this 1-minute gap to break. And the 30-minute isn't breaking, so that's still fine. Again, we just look to go back in. That's our 30-minute. And yeah, we still have the SMT in place. I don't hate this trade. If we close bullish here, this is gonna be a nice close. Don't really want to see the 15-minute inverse. I don't really want to see us close above this or below this line. But we got a decent close there, so now I will be looking to inverse this 1 minute. I think that was just a nice stop raid. And another SMT at these lows, so I'm going to look to re-enter this. Let's see if we have a better 2-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute. There's nothing perfect. I think the 1 minute's our best bet here. So if we inverse the 1 minute, I'll give it one more stab. And if we lose, we lose, man. We're just on the wrong side of the market. It'll be, how many days in a row now that we lose. So 15 points. So let me see what I can do there. I think I can take 3 micros again. So I'm going to take 3 micros again. And if we lose again, we lose again, man. And we lose $200 again. But that's just sometimes the way it goes, man. It just really is. No matter how frustrating that can be, sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. And maybe we're fighting the order flow, but I just feel like we're bullish. Gearing towards these highs here. I feel like this is a nice area to come stop people out before continuing higher. But we could just be really bearish and we could be printing towards these data lows. So I'll definitely keep that in mind. If we don't get an immediate reaction, I could look to see a continuation lower instead of a long attempt, which is what it looks like it's doing, is gearing towards these data lows. So we did inverse this gap here. I don't really want to jump in off that directly, but it is a potential. It could be a potential reason why we would dump. I kind of want to see if this 5-minute breaks. And if that 5-minute breaks, then we would probably visit this low, and I could maybe get in with 2 micros towards that low, but I'm not really sure because I really want to see long. So again, happy with the performance. ES just tapped a 15-minute fair value gap. I mean, again, I talked about how this was the setup I was looking for, and it didn't play out. So it's just annoying because being on a losing streak, it just is frustrating because it seems like it's just frustrating to take another loss. The biggest thing today is not to take another loss unless it's a great reentry. I don't want to just throw away the extra $110 I can risk today. But it is annoying because I feel like I did the right thing. Maybe I was looking at price wrong. Maybe I made a mistake with my analysis. But in terms of everything, I feel like I made a pretty good decision to trade it. Maybe this gap here, but I mean, that just seems cherry picked. Yeah, I'm not upset with how I traded. I'm just not. Yeah, right. We saw our analysis, we waited for our setup, and it didn't reward us. I guess we could have gone break even at this high, but again, this just seemed really tight, and it just seemed really emotional to just go break even when we tapped the first high. But it did have a really bearish reaction, and that in turn didn't really play out well. So we'll see if we get a reentry here. It doesn't look like it. This 30-second gap as well, we could keep our eye on, because I like this reaction still. So we could lose twice. It'll be 4 losing days in a row. But sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. I think I'm handling the market well today. I'm in a good mind frame. I'm not just overly emotional, right? This was my game plan, what I was looking for. We could look for this 3-minute gap, but I think the 1 minute is fine. And again, my feelings right now is I'm nervous to get back in because I don't want to lose again, and there's a chance that I'm always wrong, right? I could have the wrong bias. I could have the wrong idea for where I want to see price go. So it's kind of scary to want to get back in because that'll be 4 days in a row, which will be $800 straight of just losing. But you know, if I don't re-enter, I can't just not re-enter if I see something I like. So I really like the reaction we have after taking this low, and we're still in a bullish model in my opinion. So I don't see any problem with this trade. Maybe we do wait for the 3-minute now because it's just 2 minutes away. But it's really just whichever one breaks first. If we don't break the 1 minute on this candle, then I'll obviously wait for the 3-minute. And if we continue lower through here, if we close below on the 5-minute, I think I'll be done for the day. So this might be a longer video for you guys because it's just gonna be a raw, uncut, authentic trading session, man. But yeah, if this is how it ends, it is disappointing to just lose again today. This would be even more confirmation here. I don't mind if this is a black candle because then it could create an order block and a 3-minute fair value gap. So again, if we don't inverse on this candle, I will be waiting for the 3-minute to close. Close bullish. So here we go. Let's see if it gives us the close we need. It's a little bit finicky, right? I don't really love the way the price is moving right now. But let's see if we can get a 15-point stop. We didn't close there, so now we do have to wait for the 3-minute to close, which isn't bad. That's just more confirmation. I just, was going to want to get in earlier. Price is just showing kind of a hesitation though, so it looks like we're just kind of failing to create new highs, which is a little bit scary as well. But again, if we get in here and we can put our stop below this low and we can be happy about that, or we can just risk the rest of our $100-something left. I need to see a close above here, and then we're good to go. So it looks like we're about to get that. Hopefully it doesn't shoot off 50 points without me, because that could cause me to go on tilt. But the 3-minute, we need the 3-minute to close, and then we're good to go. Hopefully it doesn't keep running too far without me, because I can't risk too much just because of the stop out amount. So maybe we're going with 2. I'm not really sure. Come down a little bit. I had to get in there. Let's see how much we can risk. 110. I think 100 in here. So we're in there. Again, it's exactly what I wanted to see. I wish it would have came down. It probably will come down still, but I didn't want to give up on the potential chance of us running without me. And if we get stopped out, we get stopped out. 4 losing days in a row. And so be it, right? That's just trading sometimes, right? So that is the trade. That's the day, man. And let's see how it goes. I'm determined to hold this trade And yeah, like I said, it looks like we're just building highs that aren't going to get broken. So this is a little bit scary. I wish I got in down here. Would be a lot better fill, but we didn't. So we can't cry over something we can't control or something that we messed up on. But we did. Even if we waited and got on right in the close, we would have got a way better entry just by a point or two. So it's really not too tight of a range. But yeah, my thoughts right now is it's just fear of having 3 losing days in a row, or four losing days in a row. $200. This will be one of the better ones I've taken, even though, again, I think I'm just on the wrong side of the market. But just let it play out at this point, and we come back tomorrow, right? What can we do? Just come back and try again tomorrow. So yeah, this obviously doesn't look good. It's obviously makes me feel like we're going to get stopped because there's nothing's getting respected. So that's unfortunate. Need to see something happen here now. But yeah, really would have loved to see this trade play out, obviously. And disappointing to have to show another losing day. Like, I'm really starting to just get, worried, man. I'm starting to just really doubt myself, doubt what I'm looking for. But yeah, this trade's not done yet. It's not stopped us out yet, so, right, that's a nice reaction, but we need some follow through, or else it doesn't really matter. So yeah, we have a, I don't know if we took the low out on ES. We made equal lows, which is unfortunate on ES, so I'll probably come back down and hunt that one more time. But yeah, I'm just accepting the fact that this is a $200 loss today, and not really gonna worry about anything else, right? Because we executed all right. We can look back later today and see if I had the wrong idea. If I have the wrong idea, that's something we can fix. But I can't fix bad psychology with bad psychology, right? So I can't just do wrong things and win and fix bad psychology. Bad psychology gets improved by showing up and getting better, right? Showing up and doing the right thing. So if this was the wrong trade, it was the wrong trade. I made a mistake technically, right? That's something we can learn from. But I can't just always execute bad and execute bad and execute bad and wonder why things don't go my way, right? So this is a good step. We followed our rules today. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm talking a lot different because I'm not really thinking about a video. I'm thinking about just executing my trade and learning and getting better. But I'm trying to do my best to kind of give you guys the experience and the raw emotions of how I feel throughout the trade, because I'm pretty just, kind of scared in this trade. I'm really just afraid of losing again. It has nothing to do with the setup. I didn't impulse into the setup. I didn't whatever. I waited for what I wanted to see. I like what I'm seeing right now with this reaction, but I need follow through, obviously. But it's that feeling of fear, right? It's that feeling of fear that, it's going to lose again or whatever. So it's not that I'm afraid of how much I'm risking. It's not that I'm afraid of whatever, but it's just that feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, or oh my gosh, I'm losing again, or oh my gosh, I must not know what I'm doing because I lost again. That's the feeling that gets overwhelming to me, right? Seeing this black candle just is kind of frustrating because it's like, okay, we just looking like we could want to do something here, and then we just start selling off again, and we're just failing to create any new swing highs, which is scary. I don't like that. I really want to see us close above this high right here, to show that we have some more strength to get above old highs. I don't like that we're just coming up, failing to really get above this body and just closing, right? And closing lower. So I really like the way ES is moving. I want to see us run the highs on ES and just start running on NQ as well and follow. But yeah, so again, this video is going to be different, and it's going to, I did not mean to pull up that Spotify. It's going to just sound different because I'm anxious, right? I'm anxious to trade. That's why I need to get better at and learn how to not be so scared inside trades. Because this trade could play out and it might not, right? It might not, but it could. So I need to just let the edge play out and let the trade move. And if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And we'll come back and we'll reevaluate, and we have more opportunities, right? The account's not going to be gone. We're gonna be down 800. So we're going to only have $1,200 to draw them, but that's fine, right? Because we can always come back. We can always get winners. So we're in this position, and we just got to let it play out. I would love to see a nice big close here on this next candle. I'd like to start seeing an expansion here in the next few minutes. I would definitely like to see us get to our break-even point. I might decide if I go break-even there or not. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I really want to see us go take profit. That would be very nice. And then we let the rest of the trade run. But we have to get to the break-even point first. So ES, again, looked pretty good. It's having a nice move up, but we need follow-through. We need new highs getting created. We need to close above these highs right here, like I said. The 3 minutes still looking all right, but again, we're starting to lose momentum here. This is a really consolidation period right here. It's a really consolidating area, and I would really like to see us start getting some expansion to the upside ASAP. This 15-minute candle is really good, actually. I mean, this is a really nice 15-minute. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot, right? If we're on the right side of the market, we should be on the right side of the market for a good. We should be on a good spot with our stop if we're on the right side of the market. So we really only have to like here with our stop loss, but I'm just gonna leave it here just in case it doesn't auto liquidate me. But again, this is not a good reaction. This is not ideal. This is stressing me out here. It makes me feel like I'm gonna lose the trade. It's making me feel like 4 losing days in a row. But it's not going to be the end of the world, right? It's just not the end of the world. And today, price action has been a little bit inefficient. I probably maybe could have got away from this today, but yeah, I like this model. It has a chance to play out, and I got to let it play out. But yeah, it's annoying, right? We're long enough in the video. I'm not going to keep just talking. I'll kind of give updates on how I'm feeling, but right now I'm definitely frustrated. I'm definitely kind of disappointed that it's looking like another $200 lost day. But I just have to be fine with whichever result, right? I'll learn from this regardless. If I don't get a payout in this account that I passed, it's not the end of the world, right? We have other opportunities. This is the first one I've passed. It's the first Express account I've traded. So if I don't get a payout on it, I don't get a payout on it. So I don't really need to worry about that. I don't need to worry about if I can do it or not. Like it doesn't have to all happen overnight. It doesn't have to happen right now. I don't have to be the best trader right now. I just need to keep learning and just work on my habits, right? I'm really determined to get the next 2-3 months of just following my rules every single day. If I can follow my rules for a whole month, that's a win, right? Even if I don't make a single dollar, even if I blow funded accounts. And this is the first day of following my rules, right? This is whatever happens on today. If it wins or loses, this is the first time I followed all my rules and that's a big thing for me. That's a big thing because I just struggle to follow my rules, and that's going to cause me more than than not knowing how to trade, right? I can always work on my strategy. I can always refine the strategy, but you can always refine your psychology as well, but you can't always just, like, that needs to be the staple. The psychology needs to be a staple. Sometimes it's hard to have great psychology without having good skills on the charts. But with all the good skills in the world, it doesn't matter if you have bad psychology because you're just going to freak out. You're going to do bad things. You're going to overtrade. So I'm putting emphasis on my psychology first. So today is the first day of following my rules in a while. And it's going to hopefully be the first day of a month straight. And then after that, I feel like it'll be auto. It'll be just in control of just going, follow my rules over and over and over. So yeah, not much to talk about here in terms of my emotions. I'm definitely just frustrated with how it's playing out. I would love to see less time spent in drawdown, but I'm not going to close the trade early. I'm going to let my edge play out. And if we lose, we lose. I keep saying that. If we lose, we lose. But that's just the reality, right? I don't have any control. I don't know if this trade's going to win or not. This could be the trade that wins and hits full take profit, and we have a great day. Or it could lose, and we have a sad day. But right, I'm not the one that decide that. But if I close the trade right now and I get back in and I lose again, or I do something dumb, then that's on me. I control that. I don't control if the market goes in my direction, but I control if I do the right things in the trade. So right now I'm doing the right things in the trade, but I cannot control if it wins or loses, and I have to be fine with that. That's one of the hardest things I struggle with in my trading, is being okay with if I lose. I have to be okay with it when I lose if I'm doing the right thing. I can't try and micromanage it. I can't try and control this trade and close it for a $10 loss and then only lose 100 today. That's in my mind. Oh, if I close this trade right now, I can only lose $100 on the day, and we'll come back tomorrow. But that's not really in my trading plan. That's not part of the rules. I don't know if it's going to shoot up. It could shoot up 100 points. It could shoot down 100 points. I don't need to control that. I don't need to worry about that. I only need to worry about what I can control, which is what I did. I pushed the button, and after that, I don't need to worry about what's holding, what's not holding. I just need to watch the chart. If my stop's in the right place, my take profits are in the right place, I don't need to worry. I can mark out order blocks. I can mark out fair value gaps. But at the end of the day, that doesn't control the market. No one does. So it's not up to me to draw the right fair value gap, to draw the right order block, to draw the right confirmation, right? That was a nasty close because it could have closed an order block. So my feeling is that I'm going to get stopped out. But again, I have no idea. But yeah, so it's not about what I draw on my chart. It's not about what I'm looking for. It's about, is my stop in a good spot? Did I execute well? And so far, I've put myself in a position to win or lose. I've put myself in a proper position with proper risk, and we have an opportunity here. So I would love to win. Every bit of my bones and body wants to win this trade. It wants to at least get a break even on this trade, but I don't have control of that, and I have to let go of it. So I'm going to keep re-emphasizing that. until the trade either plays out or doesn't, because this is what I need to get better at. I don't need to get better at I mean, I need to get better with my strategy and stuff, but I need to focus on this more than my strategy, or I need to focus on this needs to be the priority. Every single day comes down to execution. Every single day comes down to following rules. It doesn't really matter if I'm winning or losing if I don't have good habits. So I need to worry about what I'm doing right now, which is building great habits, and worry about that. That's the only thing I can control, is if I'm doing the right thing. So as much as I want to just close the trade and just be upset with the day and just move on and not lose $200 and not lose $800 straight, but that's not for me to decide right now. We haven't got to close back below the 3 minutes, so there's no real need to worry. So we have 35 seconds. I do want to see this hold. I'm not going to close it if it doesn't, but I think it's wraps. If it doesn't hold, we're probably cooked. We're probably cooked anyways, but the confluence we got in off. It's too bad I didn't enter right there. We'd have a little bit more leeway on the stop. Yeah, we're going to get stopped out here. It is what it is, man. At least the video won't be 3 hours long, so that's one thing. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to lose 4 days in a row. But I hope this video kind of shows a different side of the losses. This is my best losing day so far. We held the 3 minute gap, which is cool. I still don't have much confidence in this trade, if I'm being real. But again, like I keep saying, I don't know. It could shoot up 100 points from here. It could go down 100 points. I don't know. So yeah, what can you do about it, right? Maybe I just picked the wrong side of the market. If it stops it out in this next minute, I'll just do an analysis of what happened real quick, and then we'll kind of and then we'll be done. We'll move on with our life, man. We'll move on. I just, yeah. I mean, it's not gonna work out, but let's see. But there's no point in just closing, right? Because part of me wants to just close it, but why would I do that? Why would I just close the trade? My stop's in place. It could move up from here. Why would I close the trade? Like, I don't know, right? This is a really tough area right here. This is clearly a really tight consolidation and really, really back and forth price. So there's not too much edge there. So yeah, hopefully we get a reaction again out of there, but you never know. We have 2 minutes, right, to see if this 3 minute holds. If this 3 minute doesn't hold, I'll probably close the trade. If we inverse this 1 minute and the 3 minute, I'll probably close the trade. Yeah, we're not looking good. We're not looking good whatsoever, and it's gonna be 4 back-to-back $200 losing days. It's tough, man. It's tough because you start wanting to doubt yourself. You start wanting to do the wrong things, and because even when you do the right things in your head, right, it still doesn't work sometimes. So makes you question if you know how to do anything, if you're gonna ever be able to trade, right? It makes you question everything. It really just does. So we're gonna take a stop here. That's guaranteed. But you know, there's no point in closing early because it could go up, and that's not just sitting there hoping. It's just sticking to your stop loss, right? There's no reason to get shaken out and then it runs, right? This is what it wants you to think. It wants people to maybe go short, and then they go short and it doesn't hit these lows, and then they all get cooked. So at this point, though, it is just a little prayer that it goes up. There's no real confluence. There's no real hope. Besides that 1 minute gap, that doesn't really matter that much, if I'm being honest. So yeah, here's the stop loss. They'll probably liquidate us first on the $200 day. Yep. So there it is, man. Like $400, or $800 in a row. 4 straight days of just losing. So market's probably trying to go lower, if I had to guess, obviously. But what did we maybe do wrong in this trade? It doesn't really look too bearish to me. Maybe just not the right time, right? Maybe it's just gonna manipulate one more time, catch this low one more time, and then inverse and go higher. This setup would look a lot better. So maybe I just rushed it on that 3 minute inversion. This does look amazing. Obviously, I can't trade if it happens, but in my opinion, that looks just unbelievable for a setup. But it could just keep running lower, right? There's no guarantee that that's going to work. Yeah, I don't know. This is already long enough of a video, so I'm not gonna really waste too much time. But I don't really know. I'm gonna have to spend some time looking at the charts and trying to figure out where I went wrong with the analysis, or maybe I didn't. Maybe it just was a loss, right? But this is getting tough. This is getting tough right here. 200, 200, 200, 200. We've lost $460 this month. But worse than that is our daily loss limit starting to really get close, right? We can't let the account go to 1,400 negative, so we have $1,200 pretty much. I mean, this is just hard. This is hard. This is the worst losing streak I've ever been on. Just hitting that every single time. I don't know. And today, I like to think I put myself in a better position today. I was more patient. I was waiting, and it just didn't work out, right? It just didn't work out, and that's annoying, and that's frustrating. To do. Maybe neither of these trades were really valid. I like them, though. I was waiting for the soup here, the SMT. We got a reaction higher. Maybe could have gone break even here. Maybe could have got a better fill here. I would still lost. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate these trades. Maybe I could have looking for shorts. There's, like until we inverse this gap right here, the shorts weren't really too much of a factor for me, just because. And I really did think we were getting towards these highs. I thought this was our displacement off open, our displacement, retrace, come down, SMT on this low. And then I thought it was a valid re-entry because we had a nice reaction. We even did have a 5-minute inversion right here. So it's a good trade, right? I lost. Maybe it wasn't a good trade, but for what I'm looking for, it was a good trade. But again, I don't want to keep this video too long. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to lose, regardless. But we followed our rules, so we got better today. Yeah. I'll see you guys. Peace.